Here's Will in Bergen County in New Jersey. Welcome to EIB Network. Great to have you here. Hello.
Thanks, Rush. 19 years, 8 months, 31 days. I finally got a hold of
it. You're counting it. I appreciate that.
Listen, real quick, two iconic games have, you could actually say, where the coach took a chance, and I'll only have chance for one, but that's the 67 Ice Bowl, and that is Vince Lombardi today would have been excoriated if Bart Starr slipped on third down at the goal instead of taking the easy three-point field goal and sending that game into OT. And we
Trophy today. Hold it a second. Not entirely true. If the Packers had gone on in your hypothetical, if the Packers had gone on to lose, then Lombardi might have taken a hit. If they had won in overtime in your scenario, then it wouldn't have mattered. But you're equating what the Seahawks did last night with Lombardi running a QB sneak.
Listen, I was rooting for the Seahawks. I gutlessly would have given the ball to Marshawn Lynch and not taken all the slings and arrows of media criticism like Carroll's doing. I'm not a Carroll fan, but sometimes the great coaches take risks. And on that field, if you listen to Starr when he does the recap of that, it was slippery. That's why he kept the ball instead of giving it off to his running back. If he had slipped, just like his running backs did on the prior two plays, we might be talking the Cowboys and the Tom Landry Trophy at the Super Bowl instead of Vince Lombardi.
Even so, I don't get the analogy between that and what happened last night.
Don't you think he took a huge risk?
No.
Oh, I do. Listen, today he would be saying, why aren't they going for the 3 points and sending this game into overtime where you're the home team?
No, they had a chance. Wait a minute. That's where I'm losing you. They had a chance to win this game.
They had a chance. So did the Seattle Seahawks. They had 40 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. The Seahawks. There was no way the Seahawks kick a field goal and tie the game and move on. They had to score a touchdown.
What I'm saying to you is the Seahawks. Obviously, yes, they had 40 seconds and a timeout.
So what's the risk?
The Packers had no timeout and they went for it on 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
And really, if you were going to go for it on 3rd and 1 in that situation, you might have passed to the flat and hoped to get in there. That way, if it was incomplete, now you kick the field goal. Lombardi chose to go for it all on that one play, even though he had an extra play.
Everybody was freezing their butts off and wanted to get the hell out of there.
But, Rush, that's not an excuse. In today's, corporate coaches.
But that's what happened. Bart Starr went to the sideline. He went to the sideline, and he said, Coach, the play will work. We're just not getting our footing down. I said, the play will work. Bart Starr told him, but the play will work. QB sneak will work. We're just having trouble getting our footing. And Lombardi said, well, then run the play. Let's get the hell out of here. Quote, verbatim. There wasn't any thought of passing the ball. There wasn't any thought of kicking a field goal. But even that, I don't get the analogy between that, which is already in the record books as what happened, and last night, which is in the record books as what happened. They were not contemplating a field. You're equating a field goal potential with the Packers in the Ice Bowl, with them the Seahawks throwing last night on 2nd down. They followed a script. They failed to adapt to situational football, and they followed their script. Okay, we got goal line. We've got a little time left. We got 2nd down. We had 4 downs now. One of those plays is going to be a pass. That's in their protocol book. One of their plays is going to be a pass. Come hell or high water. For whatever reason, screws up the defense, toys with them, it's going to be a pass. But this was not a goal line play in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. It's the last offensive series they're going to run. The risk, this is the first I've heard, and I'm not criticizing you here. Will, don't listen. My voice is raised because I'm impassioned on this. But I'm not yelling at you. You just happen to be on the phone when I'm yelling, but not at you. But I never thought that what happened last night was a risk. It may be the way it is, but it was not a gutsy, risky call. It was a stupid, unnecessary. Why put the ball in the air and stop the clock anyway? You're sitting there thinking, we're going to score on 3rd or 4th down after we eat up the clock. I don't care whatever explanation they come up with. Nothing works. Okay? So we're going to pass. You get an incomplete, or maybe we score on it. If it's an added bonus, we'll score if I win the game. But if you get incomplete, we stop. Why stop the clock? The objective here, by your own admission, is score on third or fourth down, make sure the Patriots have no time left to run a play series to get down into field goal range. So why you even want to flirt with stopping the clock? Belichick had already decided not to call a timeout. And I'm sorry, I don't care what personnel the Patriots have on defense, Marshawn Lynch and his crotch grab are not going to be stopped from the half-yard line. Well, he does that when he scores touchdowns. He gets fined for it, but he does it. I mean, the Seahawks do strange things. After they score touchdowns, they fake taking a dump on the ball or they grab the crotch, whatever. But they didn't. It just didn't matter to me what personnel the Patriots had in there. Dawn's looking at me like, what? Didn't know this stuff. Doug Baldwin got fined or penalized 15 yards. Probably will get a fine for his guy named Irvin. And he claims he started a fight because actually the Patriots beat up on one of his guys at play earlier or something. That was just frustration boiling over. That was, whoever the Seahawks player hit actually looked like Pete Carroll. Looked like the coaching staff. That was just frustration boiling over when the Seahawks started the scrum. But I don't care what example or excuse or reason for throwing the ball on that down they come up with. Belichick's genius at luring them into it. I guarantee you that. You wait, folks, you're going to hear that. Belichick, he's so smart. He suckered Pete Carroll into throwing that ball by not calling a timeout and by not changing his personnel on the goal line. He made them think they could score on a pass. They knew what was coming. Belichick said, Gene, before it's all over, that's going to be the explanation for this. Not that Pete Carroll blew it. And by the way, I don't know Pete Carroll. I don't have no delight here in ripping anybody. I just don't understand it. I'm telling you, when like I said, the first hour of the program, when Belichick didn't call a timeout, I sat on the edge of my couch. I said, all right, that's the first thing that makes no sense here. Belichick is not calling a timeout. So I'm thinking he wants him to score, get it out of the way, wants him to score now, knows they can't stop him. It's Marshawn Lynch. So you capitulate, you let him score, you get the ball back, run down with another miraculous Brady drive and get into field goal range, tie the game, get to overtime. That's why he didn't call a timeout. That's called capitulation, not conceding, but you capitulate, just don't let them score. That's why he didn't call a timeout. But that's the first I sat up. This is not right. And then when I saw the formation, the Seahawks formation, and I saw Marshawn Lynch not in the eye, but split to the after the quarterback's right. I said, what the hell is this? Then I saw that quick two-step drop, and I saw the slant pass. Oh, no. I stood up. I started screaming even before the ball was intercepted. I didn't believe it. And then I saw it was in there, and I just, I can't. I was not right the rest of the night. I can't explain it. That moment, I didn't think I had watched the best. That didn't seem like, I don't know. I better stop it. Let me take a break. We'll be back after this, folks.